But first, we start with a story that's been getting a lot of attention online today. Students have been back in class for just 18 days, and so far, there have been more than 200 suspensions handed out in the Buffalo Public School District. That's about 13 students a day and is actually less than the start of last year. And tonight, a meeting has been organized by a local community group along with lawyers to better educate parents on these situations. Joining us now is Sam Radford. He's the co-chair of We the Parents and helping with the event tonight. Sam, thank you for joining us on the town hall.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Now, there have been over 200 suspensions through the Buffalo public school system since the start of the school year. And while that number is actually down from last year, it's still likely a shocking number to some parents at home. Why do you think there have been so many students suspended in just the first few weeks of school? And what are you hearing tonight from parents and educators about it?
Well, long before this year, Buffalo traditionally has had a challenge with suspensions. Buffalo has the highest suspension rate in New York State. So I think part of the challenge is, we kind of getting back to business as usual, and we're trying to use suspensions to solve problems. And so what I think we have to do is really get ourselves in the mindset of, using the restorative practices, restorative justice to try to get at the root cause of some of these problems, as well as to implement the code of conduct with fidelity.
Why are these suspension numbers concerning to you?
They're concerning because obviously kids are out of school. I mean, what happens if you look at the numbers that came out this week in terms of our reading and math score, we got 75 to 80% of kids in Buffalo Public Schools who can't read or write and do math on grade level. Another 75% that's not graduating college and career ready. We do not need to have children out of the classroom. Suspending a child does not solve the problem. And all of us coming out of a pandemic, we got all the challenges associated with that. We need to solve the problem, keep kids in the classroom, and ensure that every child gets what they need to be able to succeed academically.
What do you want schools to do differently to lower these numbers?
Well, the main thing we're looking for schools to do differently is to use a restorative process, get at the root cause of what's going on, work with families, work with their social workers, and really be very intentional about trying to make sure that we can keep kids in the classroom. If we can't keep them in the classroom, let's look at in-school suspension. But suspending kids and putting them out of the building really is, what leads to us, our children falling further behind.
And you're bringing a lot of stakeholders together tonight. A lot of parents are going to be there. What are you hoping to achieve at the meeting?
Well, the most important thing that we're doing tonight is we're bringing the New York Civil Liberties Union in, and they will have lawyers on hand to make sure parents know their rights. And so the critical thing is that parents and students both need to know that there are certain things that have to happen even for a suspension to take place. In Buffalo, we have a disproportionate amount of Black and Hispanic students who are suspended and students with special needs who are suspended. And they have rights that are currently not always, fully respected and fully enforced. And so the New York Civil Liberties Union will be meeting with those families individually to make sure that their rights are respected and potentially, putting together legal advocacy letters on their behalf to make sure the district is, respecting all their rights and, if necessary, representing them so that we hold the district accountable to the rights of the parents and the students.
If parents have questions and they can't go tonight, I think there's also a virtual option. But what would you recommend they do? Who can they reach out to?
Yeah, so that's the most important part. Even if you can't come tonight, there's a link that's on the invite that allows you to come on virtually. And if you can't come on virtually, there's a number there right there at the bottom that you can call, or an email that you can email with your situation as it relates to suspension. So, for example, if your child was suspended and they didn't get no work while they were suspended, they'd have a legal right to get all the schoolwork they would have gotten while they were in school when they were suspended. And so if that's not happening, you can call that number that's at the bottom of the invite, or you can send an email to that email address, and somebody will get back with you and offer you the assistance that you're going to need to make sure your child gets everything that they're supposed to have by law.
And you're at every Buffalo Public School Board meeting. What else can parents do to get involved, and what other resources are there out there for them?
Yeah, so obviously the most important thing that parents can do is partner with your teacher, partner with your school principal to come up with a plan for your child's success. Buffalo Public Schools have a lot of resources. This superintendent, much better than the previous superintendent, has been very collaborative. She has been very willing to work with parents. And so, we have parent centers We have Saturday programming. So there are a lot of things that there are a lot of resources available to parents. So parents need to take advantage of those resources and partner with the school district so that we get better academic outcomes and educational outcomes for all of our students.
Super important. Lots of good info. That was Sam Radford. He's the co-chair of We the Parents and helping with tonight's event. Thank you for coming on our town hall.
Thank you.